Hi guys, my name is Anna, you're watching SimQ, and without further ado, let's get into this video. I have found so many pictures and I am beyond excited for this because it's beautiful, it's gorgeous, a lot of colors, and that's just so much fun. Otherwise I often dread doing the interior. I am dreading the inside. So much work. The doors are actually quite light, so I think this could be a good basic door, and I guess we'll just kind of go from here. Let's just get some doors down. I can always, move these later. Also get some doors over here. This is going to be a little toilet. I think it makes most sense to have it on that side. This would go here. Going to get some glass door going on here. Upstairs, I have designed for this to be a bathroom, and I have a window that's glitched out, so that's perfect. This is going to be a bedroom, and it's right on the edge, but that still works. This is... I know that one of them is supposed to be an office space. Probably do doors like this. But yeah, the upstairs is, I think, very different from how it would otherwise be, like how it is in real life. We're just running with it. And we also have fridges around the place because I have decided that they are about the size of a human. I'm pretty sure we also have a lot of different floors going on, which is going to be interesting to say the least. I think this, but honestly, even lighter. Yeah, I like that. I think that works. And then actually these ones are pretty perfect. Yep. I haven't been able to find pictures of the kitchen, but I imagine that that would probably be something quite similar. I also think we'll do it in the room down here. This is the sunroom, and it has stones like that. Basically, let's go for slightly warmer tone. This is going to be an office, and I'm pretty sure I do have a picture of that. And it has carpet, which I'm not a big fan of. Do we not have carpets? Oh, this is carpets. Yeah, I think that kind of works. So upstairs is where they went kind of crazy, and they actually have a completely yellow floor, which is kind of insane. I think this is probably what's going to work the best. Can we get this in a strong yellow? Oh my god. I think it might be a little bit too textured for my liking though. Is carpet, even though it's not carpet, is that going to look better? It is. I definitely don't think it's carpet. I think it's kind of like a linoleum, but all of the linoleums have some sort of pattern. I think this would be interesting for a study. Why does it count these as the same room? I don't know, but I guess that's technically okay. But the studies, the pictures of the study that I have just this brick tile, so I think we should go with that. Can I maybe separate it? Okay, I think now it's separated. We can do something else in here. For the walls, most of the rooms have a light white creamish tone, so I think we'll go in with that as the default, and then we can always come back and make some changes. Can I do an entire room? Perfect. That actually works surprisingly well. Okay, well that was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. Let's get this in every single room, and then let's go in and change the ones where we think it should be something else. This wall is for some reason partially brick, and I do think that's kind of cool. Let's just toggle that off. So we have that. I think it needs to be a little bit more reddish to match the tiles better, but it doesn't, in real life it doesn't really match either. But that looks better. Let's go with that. So the room in here, I think, is actually also paneling, but white paneling. Should we go for completely white? Probably. Yeah. That definitely works. So this actually seems to be made from a different material. I think maybe paneling is what's going to work the best. Honestly, something like this in this very light color, I could see that work for us. I think I like the texture of this one the most. So let's also get that on the... Wait, why does that look so different? Is it supposed to look like that? Because then I don't really like it. Okay, oh, then maybe something like this, just to add that bit of texture. Oh, this is also, I think, very fitting for the house, even though it's a little questionable. I think this is going to work so much better. Yeah. I like that. And then at the top, it's there's some sort of ventilation, and I'm thinking that maybe what we do is just put in some windows. Okay, what if it starts here with this door? Okay, and then we make it different color. What if we do that? I think, can we do half and half? I think we're getting somewhere. I've placed a few pieces of furniture here and there just to get a sense things of the space. And then I have some specific pictures, so I think we can go through some of the rooms together. I don't think we'll do all of them together because I do think that will be a little bit too much. But the dining room has quite a substantial table, and I don't really think we have something that matches that, so probably just like that. And then how many chairs will that fit? And the chairs are like a very classic design. Almost kind of want to go for this one, but I also just don't really like it, and I think this could fit as well. So this is very different than what is actually like in the house. I kind of only want it to be 4 seats, so if I do this, will they spread out? Okay, perfect. So that is a good dining table. Colors, I haven't decided. I think they are, again, just a nice, more orangey. Yes, that's just our default color for like everything, I guess. Maybe the legs could be a little bit darker. How would that look? I think that works. And what about these ones? If the frame is that, great. And then maybe doing a lighter weave. It looks a little bit unnatural, but maybe that is the best color. Or is the dark better? Is it better just like that? It is. We will do that instead. Let me just delete that so I don't get confusion. And then we just do all of the other ones as well. There we go. Then underneath there is a carpet. Quite a big carpet, but also not anything special. Kind of just like that. Yeah, that's actually kind of perfect. Can we just get it? Yes. And make it bigger. It actually fits surprisingly well. That looks like the middle, right? Have I placed the table in the middle? Technically have tiles to follow, but I feel like that's a pretty good placement. Because you might also want a little bit more air here, considering we do have a door down here, which I don't think is there in real life, but it is in our build. Then we have something on the wall. Actually kind of a big painting, and I have not gotten enough into paintings. I think I might even be able to like upload stuff. I have no clue. Maybe that could work. I think we'll go with this. I don't feel like that's too crazy. Want it to be big. I kind of wish, considering the photos kind of decide the size, that I could have like a corner one. It was like, yeah, now I know that it fits. I actually want it to be a little bit smaller. So I didn't have to do both, but fair enough, you know? Can't have it all. Can we have a little piece of furniture? Oh, actually, this is perfect. This is just what I want. And I want it down here in the corner, just like that. And I want it in a different color. Sure. The living room space here is quite interesting because there are a lot of plants. In general, there's actually quite a lot of plants in the house. None of these really look what I'm going for. I think maybe some outdoor ones instead. Oh, garden. I actually think this is going probably look more like what we want, even though they go on the wall. We hang them a little bit lower. Can I? Perfect. But I do want a little bit of separation. What if we do like half a window? That's not half a window, but the intention was there. Also, let's just make them white. I don't have to do that to all of them afterwards. That would be a good idea. And then we place this here. I love all of the customization. It's just also like, there's just so many options, you know? We then also get outdoor plants. I mean, I guess so. We just have something green. Is this the best we have? And then I need to place all of them like this. This is going to be like so hellish. Probably be easier to just copy this one. Do I also copy the height? Oh, okay, I do. So that's nice. I would kind of want for there to be a button so that I could just, oh, okay, well this one automatically gave me another one. Okay, this is not as bad as I was fearing it was going to be. I think we're just going to change the size of some of them when we have placed all of them. I feel like that's going to be the easiest. Just place them here and there. I should have also turned them, of course, so that they don't all look the same. So much work for some planters. It's gonna look cool, I hope. Okay, and then we just go in and like edit all of them. I think that gets the point across. And then we have like a benching seating situation going on. So that would be probably like that. Well, I think this would be our only option. I think this like, no, that does not look better. So it's more just like a flat bench. I think this is what's going to look the best because the others just kind of stretch weirdly. We will go with that. So we shall place one over here-ish. Yes. I mean, that doesn't look good. Okay, you know what? Let's just try with a different color. I just think this like stretches really weirdly, but I guess we could just place like multiple of them and choose a textile, which is a little bit interesting. I think that's the best. And then I want like that color, but a little bit lighter. Okay. This might actually not be that bad now that we changed the texture of it. I just thought before it like looked really weird all stretched out. I mean, it's still... Okay, what if we do multiples? So like that. Yeah. I think this is going to work. I think that works. And then we have a big squarish coffee table, probably like that. Maybe make it a little bit wider. And it is in like a light wooden tone. And then we have 2 chairs. I think these are actually going to work pretty well. That's honestly what it looks like. We have even more leaves though. Kind of wanted it like, nah. It ain't it, man. It ain't it. We're just going to try it and we're going to pray a little bit and we're going to flip the camera. I absolutely hate that. Instead, I guess maybe we can add some of the smaller plants to the windowsill. Yeah, I think that's going to work better. It's not exactly the look that they have, but it might be the look that we will have to accept that we have. It definitely looks better and still just give us a lot of greenery. Then we have a big plant down here. I think this could work. Or is that a little... like this actually looks nice. And we apparently also have a lamp. This one. Great. And do we have a piano? We do, because they actually have this. Oh, that's so perfect. A little bit big in this room in comparison to real life. But if we place this here, it's a little narrow, but I feel like that's fine. And then we of course just like, I guess we just only have 1 chair. They have 2 chairs, we only have 1 chair. Or maybe, you know what, we'll just put an extra one over here so you can sort of, you know, bring it over if you need it. That kind of makes sense, I think. This is definitely also a lot smaller than what it is in real life. Out here they also have a lot of plants and then they have a table somewhat similar to this. I think this is the modern version of what they would have, but I think we will go with it. So let's try and get more plants out here in this lovely sunroom. Like some of these big ones. This would be amazing to have out here, right? Like that. And let's also get, this looks gorgeous. Let's get that over here. And then maybe there's a smaller plant that could go with it. Like this one. That looks pretty nice. And then over here, we want some shelves. Where would we place them? We would be able to open the door. So maybe like that. And then let's get some more of those. I guess they are kind of placed on top of one another. I like that. I'm happy with that. Maybe these to like stop them right there. And then I think we just want more plants. I guess these are cute and do look a bit more, what would you say, like outdoorsy. What about this one? Can this one fit? Perfect. I don't really like the color, but the color can be changed. Sure. The thing is with this kind of thing, you can just keep on adding plants and I don't know, is there like, can you have too many plants? I don't really think so. Don't really know if they can technically move around in this room. But right now, that's not super important to me. We have a second living room. I don't know. I have never understood the kind of people that need 2 living rooms. It's usually like one is more formal. I don't get it. But if you want 2 living rooms, I mean, I'm not gonna stop you. Honestly, I think style-wise, probably a couch like this. Is it supposed to be leather cushions? I think it is. That's definitely not going to work then. What about this one then? Or maybe actually just this one in a lighter color. Oh, that looks pretty neat. Sure. I wanted a bit more or a little less yellow, I should say. Probably that. And then the legs, let's just go for the legs that we know, the color that we know and we love. I don't know if I love the color, but I feel like it's very much the color of the house. And then what is that space? Now we just have a space underneath the stairs that I'm not really a fan of. There's also a fireplace. Like this area has become very weird in comparison to what it's actually like in real life, is because there are a few things that needed to work. So should we do something else entirely? I kind of like it. I say screw it. Let's just go with that. Let's just make it maybe a little bit smaller and get a little table like this one in our perfect color there. There's also a little side table, which I guess could technically be the same one. Can we make it smaller? We can. That's absolutely perfect. So we put that there. And then I do think I want a matching chair. I might have said that too fast. I don't think any of these chairs matches, but I do like this one. I think this one is cute. We also have a door there. This is a horrible area to try and furnish. It's like door, fireplace, door, grand opening. It's basically just like a pass-through room. I don't care. It's, you know what? It's fine. Absolutely fine. What if we place that there and then we get, not these ones, not that one. Maybe this would actually be better. Yeah, slightly mixed feelings about that. Okay, what if we do that? We also do that. And then kind of place this a little bit in front. Seems a little bit silly, but I kind of think it works. Don't question it. Just continue. I think that's going to be the new motto. They have some interesting art. Like the people living here were friends of the architects, so I think they would care about art as well. Maybe go for like that. Really like for it to not screw up the sizing. That looks pretty good, right? I think it does. I also have a painting over here on this wall. I really wish they had some more horizontal pictures. I know I can probably upload. I have no idea how to do that. I have not gotten there. I'm not there yet. We will get there eventually, but this is only my second time. And I think in my last video, I spoke about how I was going to like watch some more videos and learn a little bit more about how other people are building. I didn't do that. I have watched absolutely nothing. I have no idea what I am doing. I have taken on this huge project that I know nothing about, and we're just vibing with it. And hopefully the end result will be somewhat nice. I do think from the outside, the house is already pretty cool, and interior has never been my strongest suit, so I'm okay with that. Now this is an office space, and I think it's an office space that is also meant to be able to like host meetings. So I think we want to put in a little table and chair situation just to have something different. Let's go with these ones. Sure. Can it be a little bit smaller? Can. And that should be like over here. Like that is a nice office space. I wish that was my office space. I think it actually looks really cool. Technically, the bookshelves were supposed to be a little bit more built in. This was kind of the best I could do. I do like having them go around here, but in real life, again, they're like up above the door. They're like completely fitted. I think very much custom built. And the bookcases don't yet stretch. I was hoping that they did, but they don't. So let's just add an office space instead of listening to me continue talking about this. What if we had it here instead? I don't think that's too bad of an idea. We're obviously going to change the colors. Probably like this, right? Maybe we want a slightly more brownish leather, because I think we're getting a little too much of a reddish tone. I am, of course, also going to change all of these. I guess they should also be our little custom wood color right here. Now I just have to change all of them. That's absolutely fantastic. And I actually do like the reddish tone better, and I'm going to bring it back. Sometimes it doesn't have to match. Give him a computer. Cool. Is it just like plants? Is that what we're going with? Putting in plants for the rest of it? Oh, that's a nice plant. A little too big for this room. Oh, I can make it smaller, right? Yeah. No, it's a little cutie planty. It's still like a lot of room though. Oh, I guess we could do, is that cooler? Have it at an angle? Or maybe it's like that. I actually kind of like that. What do I line it with? I want to line with that bookshelf and that edge. I think that's the best placement. I mean, these people clearly have a lot of space. I don't really think they need to care about like really heavily trying to optimize the space. If I could afford art, I would have so much art. So pretty. Also, I think pretty good room. I am very aware that we should come back to all of the rooms and like add so much more stuff. Like there's so many details. I think for now it's just better to get like the overall shape right. But I would like to have something that screams office, like post-it notes. Cool. I think this other office could be just kind of interesting as well. Seems like the woman was an artist, and I do think we have some items for that. Definitely get something like this, right? And you would probably want to paint not too far from the light, maybe not in front of the window. Sure. That takes up a lot less space than it did in my mind, and I actually also realized that I want the other one instead because that looks more professional and also a little bit older. I think this, can I make this wider? I can. I like that. Can I also make it more yellowy? I can, which I also like, but it's actually not yellowish enough. Tabletop, yellowish. Storage compartment, yellowish. Very nice. Thank you. And let's get them a little chair. Can I add, like, can I fit regular chairs? I can. Very nice, because technically it's like this kind of chair. So if we get that color, but then this one does have very light weaving, which for some reason unfortunately just doesn't look that good. But I think there. We just did a lot of shelving and then we hope for the best, I guess so. So at least there actually are some items that we can place. So let's just go kind of crazy with all of these items. Assume you would have a lot of these. Also placing one of these. Sure, let's just get some of these. Even though you definitely would not store your items like this. What is this? I actually think they're stamps, but maybe they're color samples. Oh, this is great though. This is a pretty good piece. Put those over here and we can make them bigger, because why wouldn't you have like big canvases like that? And also add some smaller one here like that. Definitely takes up some nice space. And that was about it. Okay. Well, I guess that means we just add more paint. I mean, I kind of want to continue. Can't we just have like boxes? You know what? Honestly, probably kind of perfect. I do like that when I duplicate, it also keeps the angle, so that makes it a little bit easier to get stuff done. Or then maybe all of the open stuff is like up here, and then we just place boxes on the rest. Probably a little bit more promising, honestly. Kind of impressed with how these slotted on top of this little basket thingy. And then one final box, which is going to be a little bit smaller. Okay, we did it. That actually, I mean, with what we have, I think it looks decent. I think my current issue is that on one hand, there are like so many options. On the other hand, it just constantly feels a little sparse. Maybe I'm just not good enough at decorating. That is very much a possibility. I don't know. Like we end up, especially in a house of this size, we end up with a lot of rooms, and I don't really know what to put in all of the rooms. Like we can sure just keep on making like bedrooms. Like I made a little bedroom in here that actually at no point have changed any colors of. So we could go and do that. But yeah, I don't really know. What do you put in all of your rooms? Maybe that's what I should watch videos about. The thing is also just that it feels like everything takes a really long time. The results are really cool, but I have spent, I don't know, like 8 hours, and at the end of the day, it's just a house. I mean, it's a big house, but we haven't done like any landscaping whatsoever. I'm dreading it. Why did I take on such a big build? There's only one thing to do, and that is to continue. It's day 3 or day 4 of working on this build. We definitely have like most of it down, just like the bigger portions. And I do think I will go in and just try and add as many details, maybe in speed build form, maybe just off camera. I think what we can do together is getting these rooms done, maybe also doing the terraces, also doing some outdoor terrace, and then lastly a bit of landscaping, and then hopefully future me will be like, wow, and I'll just do some magic and it will look really good, or as good as I can make this build look with my current skill set. I am very much behind on like learning the game, but I could only find like a picture of the shower, and it has these like really cool kind of see-through glass bricks almost in a greenish tone. So let's see what kind of shower. I guess this fancy one probably, and then if we put that like, well, I guess just like there and make it a little bit more silver, that actually is kind of matte. Can we not get a shiny? Where is shiny? Can we not get a shiny gray? Okay. Does the other one, is this more shiny? It actually is. It's also a little bit more ugly, but maybe I like this better because I like the shine. And then we want to get a little wall, and I'm going to ignore that I have a window because I don't care. Gonna have a little wall, probably. Oh, if we follow the line in the tile, there's actually a full-on door, like a glass door. It's like a separate room. We could do that. So this window, I guess we can move it a bit and then also just make it a bit smaller. Okay, well then I guess we just place it there. And then we can just make it a little bit smaller. And I do want this. I don't know if I've explained these yet. I think they are to air out the place, and I've just created them using a blocked off window and then these blinds. And I think that works like visually. Someone would probably be able to do something way cooler, but I'm not a cool person. Also one on the inside just to hide, oh my gosh, that there's like a really big windowsill. So like that, I think that kind of works. I guess this would probably be the best. So we want to place that like there, probably. And then how do we do this? Because if I want the glass effect, I need to place it as windows. But do we really have any windows that would work like that? I don't like that. Then maybe it's just better to just have wallpaper and accept that we can't have glass walls. At least not yet. Maybe they will add it. So we'd want, I guess, like these tiles. Oh, actually these are better. And now I don't like the color. It's a yucky color. But I think I like the texture better. Let's just try one more time. Maybe that. Very close to what I already had, but screw it. Go with this. These bricks are better, so we'll put them there. And then I want, do I just want these? No, I guess these will do. Put those there, put those there. Probably, no, actually they are not in the entire room. What if we put them over here? What if we, no. I have an idea. What if we do this? Place this here. We place this accordingly. We make it wider and we do another one here. Snappy. Then we go in with a sink like this one. Can I make the sink wider? I hope they will one day add wide sinks. Well, I guess this is a wide sink. I don't know if it's very like 30s or 40s, nor do I know if I care. This actually isn't a very well designed bathroom. It's fine. Mirror on the wall. Look at how pretty and tall. Oh, nope. I guess that kind of works actually. Let's also actually get some overhead cabinets maybe. Oh, they're also in here. Sorry, I'm just an idiot. Nothing new. Yeah, we actually just do that again, right? And we do it again and we do it again. Doesn't quite match. Try not to make ugly faces while you're doing this, Anna. My faces while like playing any of these games is worse than when I put on makeup, you know. And then this one we flippity and this one we also floppity. Great. Okay, that's coming together pretty nice. Or maybe that might work a little bit better. You know what? Let's go with that. Let's change all of the colors like so. Sink, very ugly. Let's change it. Oh, is it supposed to be like a stone sink? But it's hideous. Okay, it's definitely a better sink. Can I? Maybe we should just go for white. How does it look? I like that sink. I don't think it's very common for the time, but I like the sink. You always want a little ducky. There we go. Maybe for this one, we actually do just want like an enclosed shower. This would actually be a really bad idea because it would take up very valuable space, wouldn't it? What if we have, oh my gosh, flip, please. Oh, flip, hello, thank you. What if we had counters over here? Oh, we could do one of those like double sink thingies. So I want that. Then we get sinks. Just this sink. I like this sink. I want this sink. No, actually, maybe this rounded sink is going to match better. Oh, do I like this one? Oh, I do like the look of this one. Beautiful. We also get the overhead counters for sure. Oh, maybe we could do something fun like this. Oh, do I need to flip it? Probably do. Yes. We make them shorter. Wait, do I probably also want to place them lower? Aren't they actually placed super high? Are they this high in the other one as well? Probably actually are. Let me get a fridge. Let me get a little comparison person. Yeah, you would not be able to reach those unless you are much taller than a fridge. Okay, that is at a more fridge-friendly height. Get these into something similar. Did I not pick it up? I'm here, my little fridge, since I don't have a mannequin in this game. So a good fridge-sized cabinet would be, I think, around here. We don't want it to be too cramped. I do want these to be a little bit taller, so I'm happy with that. You can go now, Mr. Fridge. Would you use red in this kind of house? Screw it. You know what? We're gonna stick with the red. Just for funsies. I mean, they have a yellow hallway. I really don't think red is a big deal. Does it match that well? I don't know. And I don't care. So let's put in a toilet, even though I really don't like the thought of you sitting on the toilet, the door opening up directly into the toilet. But I also cannot be bothered. Considering this was designed by an architect, I don't think this would be a thing, but I am not an architect and I'm trying my best. Is there actually only one bath in this house by now? So we kind of do want to fit a shower in here, I am realizing. But I just created this beautiful thing. That's actually so annoying. I hadn't thought of that. What if they just pee in the middle of the room and then we have a shower over here? No, Okay, then what if it's here? That is a very questionable placement. I do not disagree with that. But maybe it is the best placement. Then we can have a shower here. That is one of my worst ideas in a long time. But it's also just so funny. What if we push it to like here and then we get a wall? What am I thinking? I'm thinking, what if we put a wall down here and then we curve it? You cannot tell me that this isn't like kind of cool. This is a feature. Okay, this is a feature shower, and not because I'm bad at planning. This is plenty of space. Even if a person is sitting there, if you're skinny enough, you can still squeeze through. Yeah, I guess we could also, if we made the wall here and then we could just put the shower over here. No, that doesn't make any sense. This is what they get. Let's put tiles. These definitely kind of work the best. What if we choose these, but we do actually choose them in a different color? Oh, I like that green. Wait, no. We need the red. Here. Edit. Get me the red and put the red on the tiles. Ooh. Now we're cooking. Put that there. I am great at solving problems. Just saying. Okay, then we want another little duck. Give me a duck because I like it. Because it is cute. It is adorable. Like my duck. Please. We'll just put the duck here. Problem solved. Let's also get toilet paper, so that everyone has something to wipe the bum. That also means we probably want to move this, actually. Move that over here. And then we can also do 2 of them. So you can both dry your hands. Oh, so this is for drying hands. Okay, so you can dry your hands and you can dry your body. Give me that sweet, sweet red color. Beautiful. And then toilet paper. Give me toilet paper. You know what? Yeah. So those are our 2 bathrooms down. And that has taken apparently 40 minutes. This isn't really finished. I was thinking you could do like a children's room. I mean, I love all of the decor. Isn't this fun to watch? Just watch me place a lot of items. I mean, it is cute. So adorable, actually. This one as well is adorable. Is this bear smiling? That's so creepy. Why is it smiling? Why is it doing that? Oh, this is good as well. Yeah. Let's just get everything for this child. This one, a little bit wider. That still looks good. We move it here and we place some teddy bears. Look at it. It is adorable. The froggy go here. This one does not go there. This one goes here because we all know that children really want to keep their stuff on a shelf. Children are really good at like keeping stuff organized. So I think this is like highly realistic, you know? It's just what I'm thinking. Especially the open book on the shelf. I think that's great. Or maybe actually just the top one should be teddy bears. Can I get more teddy bears? Oh, what happened? The giraffe. The giraffe is great. The giraffe is very tall. Small giraffe, baby giraffe goes up here next to Mr. Teddy Bear. And the clown is super duper creepy. This one, nah. This one. Okay, no. This one, sure. Very cute. Very cutesy. Goes here. This one, also a little cutie right there. Goes here. Goes here. Look, all of them are friends. Oh, there's another chick. Oh, let's put that up there as well. There we go. Oh, we have some crayons. They go here. Because, I mean, who wouldn't let their child just have access to crayons? Can we size down a table? Like, can we make it shorter? That we could potentially do like a child's table. No, we cannot. What about if we do... Yes, we do one of these. This is actually the only one you would be able to like sit underneath. So I guess we do that. We do that over here. And then we get small poofies. Oh, they just become narrow. But I want you to become flat. Do we have pillows? Pillow. What is this? What the hell is this? Beagle. I don't know what beagle is, but I know it is not a pillow. Well, that means that my idea is completely useless. Okay, I think I saw someone do this and do this and do this. The actual flip. Can I just lower it? But it still is just like very big. And I assume that eventually I will just be able to like see it through the floor. Because imagine if we did this, right? And then we do this and then we just go boop and then we just have a pillow. But I have a feeling that we also... Oh, is it not in the ceiling? What the hell? Okay, well then I guess we can do it. Okay, well then you get a little pillow. Can we choose maybe a color? Oh, and then we can also... textile? Yeah. Oh, that's cute. Oh, adorable. Let's give you that. and then let's copy this. It copies the placement as well. My gosh, this is just so many options. I cannot, my brain cannot comprehend. I like that. The little furry friend here will, I don't know. I mean, no child would keep their room this clean. There would just be toys everywhere, right? Isn't that just what it's like to have a child? Can we get miss? Is that, wait, I had not considered that they could use a different word than pillow. Oh my god. That's so funny. Did someone ask for this? Also, can we just, why is the resolution on this like so good? And then you look over here at the books and it's like, yeah, wow. Oh, that's so funny. Oh my god. Oh, and I can still change the color. Oh, I'm sorry. I needed that. I needed to have that moment. Moving on. Yes. I actually don't really know anything about this tool. Oh, no. Oh gosh. How do I turn you? Okay, no. Oh, got it. Got him. Okay, go away. How do I, so this will just be like extra. Let's add more pillows. Because who doesn't like pillows? Everybody likes pillows. How do I like exit this? Okay, that was not that hard. I don't know why I made it a big deal. Yeah, let's just add some more pillows. Can we do, like, what if we just do like a full on like pillow fort? Wouldn't that be cool as a child? I don't know. We're so off topic, I guess. Now we're just placing pillows. I mean, it looks comfy. I just don't like how it looks, but it looks comfy. But never mind. Give me a pile of pillows. The possibilities are endless. I cannot get enough. Well, I can. I'm actually... I definitely feel like it's cool, you know, like it's the coolest thing ever, but it's also, I think I mentioned before, it's so overwhelming at the same time because you can do like far too much almost. I mean, it looks cute. It looks so damn cute. Also. I mean, they look comfortable. It actually does not look that good, but I think I'll just go for it. Now, carpet on carpet, don't really like it, but this is a child and I think they should have as many fun items as possible. I like the other color better. And I like that it's at a weird angle. We'll keep that. What else would I give a child? I would give them this pillow as well. I'd give them a duck pillow and a cow. No. Okay, maybe they don't have a cow. Maybe they have a goose. No, that's not a, wait, that's not a goose. That's what the hell? That's a moose, right? It's a moose. That's why I got confused. And this is a deer. Maybe they have these. Boop, boop. These are called bye. A bye-bye. A bye-bye-bye. Getting the sizing right. So difficult. Difficulty. Yes. I'm a woman of many languages. I get so easily distracted. There are so many things. Look at this. Look at how cute it is. I like these as well. Oh my god, we can give them a glowing orb. Or a weird pineapple. This is hilarious. I don't think it has an animation, but I would love for it to have an animation. I mean, we still have a lot of decorating to do, or I have a lot of decorating to do, and I will get around to that, of course, yes. But for now, I mean, we could just do some outdoors. So from my pictures, there's a terrace here that I have purposely cut off. It just does not exist in this version. There's actually no terrace here, but I have 2 doors and the terrain is like that. And I know I can play around with the terrain tool, but this terrain obviously follows everything else. Can I just like flatten from this height? Can I also maybe make this a little bit smaller? Can I only make it bigger? What? How? Why? Why can I not get something smaller than this? Oh, that's scary. Please don't ruin my build. Oh my god. Oh, why are you doing that? Okay, I'm fine, by the way. I'm just super scared of everything breaking. I mean, not that I have spent a lot of time on this, just, you know. And then we go down here and we built a little secret wall down here. Okay, you know what? I'll take it. Why is that not a room? Why is that not a room? Hello, I'm asking you. Oh, okay. Oh, it sort of fixed the wall. Well, that's cool. Oh, ew. From here to here, from here to here. I don't like that. That looks terrible. From here to here, from here to here, and then from here to here. But I need to get that exact. But how do I do that? I want this right there. I just want a pretty terrace, but I'm too dumb. Awesome. Yeah. Oh, that's so good. Now we have a terrace. And that was like so worth it. But I also want a terrace here. Do I then just like paint it? Or what if I don't like this paint? How do I just place a floor? First, we place columns. We have big, round, white columns. And they are like trying to support that. They would be around this area. This looks like it's placed further in. Screw it. And then technically, because I think I've now figured out to do it. Yeah, this makes sense in my head. And then can I align this? I probably can if I make the invisible wall. Okay, so now we make invisible wall. And then we go over to here-ish and we go in. And that gives us a floor. Yes. Awesome. Here, invisible line up to here, up to here, and then here, and then here. Why did that not work? Oh, actually, I think this might have been too short. Oh, okay. Now color. Yes. Then magic. Oh my God. I have made a custom column. That is so much power to have. Oh, the color moved. Oh, why did the color move? Stupid. Oh, I guess, actually, oh yeah, this will be better. Even though but I think this is safer, what I'm trying to say. This is like perfection. The game, not me, not this, but we're getting there. Very satisfied. So now there's just, everything left. As you can probably tell from the lighting in my room, it is now evening. I have been working on this build for the majority of the day, trying to get as many small details and decorations in there. And I need to make a quick shout out to Celia Sorrows. You watched the first part, hopefully also watching this one, but you were so kind to make multiple comments of what I could do. So I looked into that a little bit, and I think I made a few, not changes, but like add-ons that I otherwise wouldn't have been able to. So that was so nice. I am still learning. I am baby when it comes to Paralives, because it can do so much, but that's also so overwhelming. But here we are. Anyway, so this is, let me try and get the pronunciation right, Villa Mairea. I think that was pretty solid. So outside I have of course done some landscaping. Not that I find that I'm particularly good at it in Paralives, but I've tried a little bit. And especially here at the front, I wanted something to cover up the building a little bit and give whoever's living here a little bit more privacy. So I tried to do a little thing, So you come up here. You have the entrance here. And I know that Celia, you also said that I could just remove trees, but then I also have to put back trees because I do like that they're here. So we're just zooming in instead. So you come up and then the entrance is here. And I feel like the money shot is somewhere between these trees or maybe even over here. I also managed to add a little bit of a window because there is a straight wall here. And I love these overhangs that I managed to do. Took some trial and error, but that is my general experience with the game. So I did a few terraces here and there. I did a few flowers out here in the garden. I tried, but also we don't have that many activities to add. I was looking into if there was anything they could like do outside, but there really isn't. So going inside, I ended up honestly kind of loving it. It was a lot, but it's also so satisfying to see it done. So we have the entrance down here. We have a little toilet, guest toilet. We have the dining area. We have the kitchen. We have an empty room. I think we have 3 empty rooms in total. I didn't know what to put there and I didn't want to keep on going. So I thought it was better to just leave it empty. So this is just empty. Here is a little, I don't know, teenage room, guest bedroom, whatever. Big office with a meeting space. A weird kind of walk-through living room. Actually another weird living room where they play the piano, and a little sunroom. And then we have the 2 terraces. Upstairs, we have the master bedroom with an ensuite bathroom. We have a weird hallway. Then I turned this into a children's room, which is probably one of the most detailed rooms in the house. I went a little overboard. We have another bathroom. We have another empty room. So only 2 empty rooms? Okay, only 2 empty rooms. And then we have, well, technically an office, but more like a painter's studio. So let's have a look at some of them, because I don't think you've seen all of them, I'm pretty sure. So this, the angles though. This is the kitchen with a little bit of details to make it look a little bit more lived in. And this is also where you can, well, one of the stairs leading upstairs. And then we had the little guest room. We have the dining area. And no, I have not at all gotten into the fact that I can just add my own art. We will get there eventually. For now, we're just using the default art. We have the living room or the wall walkthrough room in this case. This is probably what's most different from what it would be like in real life, just because I had to alter the stairs. So now we have like door here, opening here, door here, and stair here. And that means there's not really much left to do. But I do still think it turned out and works with the house. The office space I do like. I do of course wish that I could do like built-in bookshelves all the way. That would have been awesome. But I think for what it is, this is really nice, right? And then we have this other living room. I think in real life these would be much more comfy. I also placed some pillows that have disappeared. Okay, I might bring those back for the screenshots. Then we have the grand piano, and I found this one, the little vinyl player. That's nice. I really like the sunroom, and I really like that we have all of these small items to just add some clutter and make it seem like someone was just recently having tea. So really like that as well. Here on the other side, we just have some more plants. I hope to give you some slightly better angles with some screenshots at the end. Upstairs, let's go over it again. We had the master bedroom. Again, really love the small details that we can add here and there. Also just added some sweaters here. Then we have the bathroom and the angle. Hello, please. Okay. Oh, okay. We'll just zoom out. We have the bathroom. I tried to make it like seamless with this sink and also add some clutter because I felt like this was probably the most used bathroom. And I love the duck paintings, so I don't even care whether they fit the late 30s. I just like it. And then we have the shower with the full-on door, and on the other side I added just a few towels and a little, this does not help because none of these words is the word for it. Basketball is cool. I have no idea. You know what it is. I don't know. We will be moving on. We have the child's room. I love this. This is so much fun. And I placed all of the pillows down here. And we have this like full shelf of teddy bears. And we have some kind of low quality books, to be honest. But we won't really look at that. And also just some toys on the floor. I think this room is like so much fun. This is so cute. And I was actually quite surprised at how many items they've added for children. So that was really nice. Then we have the kind of weird, wacky bathroom because I really needed a second shower. So it's a whole thing. It definitely has a theme going on, and I don't think we need say anymore. The hallway is pretty empty because I don't know. It's a hallway. And then lastly, we have the artist room where I do, like, once I found the boxes, that at least helped. But it's this weird thing because on one hand, they do have a lot of like clutter items. On the other hand, it does become very repetitive. So I don't know. I guess maybe I sometimes feel like I just need bigger items. I'm not sure, but I did kind of like this one. And of course they can paint here, and they have their little workspace with their little computer. I don't know if that's included in the video, but I added these ones, which I think is funny. And that's about it. I think the rest really speaks for itself. Let's just get a final little look. I guess this tree is kind of in the way, but I mean, for the game. Also, I found out, I had no idea that you can just edit the entire world. That's what Celia let me know. So I have now painted because I thought it made sense to try and like, that's also what I love doing in The Sims, just making it blend in with the world that it belongs in. And that's also why I like the trees. And I think it makes sense for this house, this very modern, well, I mean, it's from the 40s, but it's a very different style than the other houses in the game. And so I quite like that it's supposed to be a little hidden away because it's next to these like really old buildings, but at the same time, you know, you can just take a little stroll, and I like that. So it's been a build where I have gone through a lot of emotions, but it's also been a build where I've gotten in a lot of practice because I want to get so much better at building in this game because there are so many more options. The options are honestly endless. So if there's anything, maybe request like some smaller builds. Doesn't take quite as long. But if there's anything that you would like to challenge me with to try and have me build in Paralives, please do let me know in the comments. And this video is now getting very, very long. So with that, I wish you a lovely day. I hope to see you next time, and bye!